This Tuesday, May the 6th Picks edition of the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog just launched their new ladders game where you can win up to 500 times your end entry. Plus, when you use our promo code MLB SGPN, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN and get a $25 matching deposit bonus. Welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Monday, May the 5th, and we are here to handicap a full slate of MLB action for Tuesday, the 6th of May. Joining me from somewhere in North Carolina.
There you go.
Yes, well done me. Big well done to me. Is Mr. Lonte Smith. Lonte, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Start of a new week. We got some good series kicking off. I mean, Scott talked about a few of them last night. So, we're looking forward to it, man. Hopefully we can make some money. We've been doing pretty well on the show. So hopefully we can keep it going, man.
I was going to say, absolutely, the Mondays, I don't know what it is, that like the early in the week, the Mondays and the Tuesdays have been my highlight. Like I don't know if I concentrate more early in the week, think, right, come on, bear down, or maybe I get the pressure, Lonte, I'm coming on with you because I know you're so adapt. We've been great though, and then Thursday, some of my Thursday and Fridays we have been dog shit. I really have to claw my way back after the weekend, but we've been able to do that. I had a great weekend on the ponies, the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby. I had a 50-1 second in the Oaks, devastated with that. And then picked the Derby winner at 9-1 roundabout. Oh man, that's great. I had the fourth, which paid each way money at 16-1. I think I gave that out at 30-1. So I had a good winner on the horses. The 1-1 draw of the week from the Premier League Gambling Podcast just cashed round about 90 seconds ago. The final whistle went, hit it 6-1. So good times. I wanted to shout out a couple of our Spotify listeners. Actually, I don't often enough go and look at the Spotify comments, and I should, because I know people comment there, and I feel like I just ignore them a little bit. Batting and Betting was in the comments a couple of weeks ago. Really enjoyed the Shadow Sanders story of my daughter getting obsessed with the NFL draft out of absolutely nowhere. He said I should buy her a Browns Sanders. So to be fair, if we pick some winners, Lonte, or maybe out my horse winnings, I could just get the Brown Shadow Sanders jersey for her. And Natasha Bard was another name who was saying nice things in Spotify as well. So we do appreciate that. Natasha, Austin's first in. Austin this afternoon. Welcome. If you are live joining us on YouTube, by all means, say hello. If you're not, you should be. And I will do what I've done on the Premier League show this morning, which is issue a warning that we're in a new studio. Things very possibly could go wrong. And also, me and Lonte aren't the greatest people if things do go wrong.
I'm definitely
not. We need a younger person. Not that you're old, Lonte. Certainly younger than me. And then Scott Dillon, potentially to be able to fix it. So if it goes tits up, I don't know what to tell you. It's gone tits up. But wish us luck. And we'll go through the games as best we can. All of our free picks and podcasts are on the SGPN app, which you can download in your app store today. And we will start Tuesday. There's no baseball kicked off yet on Monday. So we're straight into the second games of these series without knowing what's happened in game ones. Maybe that's why we do so well on the Monday shows. We haven't the Monday games haven't poisoned our thinking.
So I handicapped the Sunday. I handicapped the Monday games on Sunday, so I'm in that spot where it's kind of. The sandwich spot. That is really tricky, isn't it? Yeah, really, because it's like the same handicap for the teams. Like hot teams, cold teams, hot bats, cold bats, but it's the pitches. You're swapping in and out the pitches. Yep. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
And no baseball on Tuesday. Tomorrow kicks off at 6:40 p.m. Eastern time between the LA Dodgers and the Miami Marlins. It's one of the rare occasions I get to watch the Dodgers live. I normally have to catch up the following morning with it being the late start here for me. We have Tony Gonsolin going for the Dodgers and Cal Quantrill will go for Miami. The Dodgers are very short favourites, shortest on the board today, minus 263 the Dodgers, plus 225 are the Marlins, and the total is sitting at 9.5. So Gonsolin had his first start in over 2 years last week, and he went okay, which was good to see. 3 earned runs over 6 innings pitched, a pretty standard line for any MLB pitcher. He gave up 1 home run. No problem at all there. I've lost my notes. Hang on. Sorry, I've completely and utterly lost my thread. Right, back to the top of the page. Yeah, Cal Quantrill, that's where we are. That's got nothing to do with the technology. What am I going wrong? That's just me, yeah. Cal Quantrill pitched. Oh, right, so here's what I was trying to get at. The game was against Miami, and it was this matchup last week. So we're looking at the comp game. The game finished 12-7 in favour of the Dodgers, and Cal Quantrill pitched in that same game. He got hooked much earlier, 3 2/3, 4 earned runs. And really, that was just another in a long list of bad starts for Quantrill. His starts have come in insanely high-scoring games, 19, 12, 21, and 15 runs in those last 4. Everything points over. Cal Quantrill starts 5-1 to the over. Dodgers v righties, 13-8 to the over. Miami v righties, 15-7 to the over. It's a high number, but I've also decided not to be as scared of these 9.5s. Sometimes my instinct is to, that's too high. I'm going to try and steal an under, but I'm not going to be frightened of them. It's 9.5, but I don't care. I'm going to take the over here. Austin's telling us the Dodgers team total has been spot on. 12, 15, 7, and 20. So very similar to those 4 stats I gave out for the Cal Quantrill games. More high numbers, basically, is what Austin's telling us. So high numbers everywhere. I'll take the over, Lonte.
Yeah, man, you and Austin both. Y'all stole my thunder. I like the team total over. I like the over for the game. Miami offensively is still above average. I like their offense. They just can't get enough consistency pitching. But I mean, like, let's just call it what it is. I mean, it's, no value in betting the Dodgers, like none at all. Yeah. So you got to find creative ways to bet them, whether that's, reverse run line, like where you want to go 2.5, or just the team total, or, alt team total. But in this specific spot against the Marlins, against Quantrill, who has allowed 4+ earned runs in 3 of his last 5 starts, he's got a 7.83 ERA in that span. I just think the Dodgers will maul him here. And they won 5 straight. I mean, Austin just laid out the totals. I mean, they won 5 straight versus Miami. 3 of those about a week ago that you mentioned. Both teams are over in 7 of their last 10. So I think we see a ton of runs. I would be more excited to bet that team total over for the Dodgers than anything. But I do like the over overall, I guess.
Yeah, everyone wants runs. The Marlins offense is decent. Like they've been.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The Marlins generally have been a lot better. I backed them at the start of the season to have the worst record in MLB, and I just think that was very wrong. They're going to be better than maybe 7, 8, 9 teams. Not loads, but this team's doing a lot worse. So
yeah.
Gio's joined us in the chat. Welcome along, Gio. Nice to have you with us. 6:45 Eastern. First pitch, the Cleveland Guardians and the Washington Nationals. It is Ben Lively for the Cleveland Guardians, and for the Washington Nationals, it is Brad Lord. Quite close on the books, this. Cleveland -120. Washington even money. Total here is 9.5. Lonte, do you know who Blake Lively is?
Blake Lively? No, I know who Ben is.
Yeah, well, I made a fool of myself today because the IT department is watching some rubbish on the telly, like she always is. And apparently it was Blake Lively. And I've seen this name Blake Lively all over. And apparently she's a famous actress. But I thought, because my entire timeline is just sport, I thought she was like an NBA player or something. And she said, oh, Blake Lively's in this. And I was waiting for some 6'8", like LA Laker to come on for the entire movie. And apparently she's just a blonde, glamorous actress. So I was way off. She's not an NBA star. But yeah, Ben Lively, Lonte, what you got?
Yeah, man, I like Cleveland here. I liked them yesterday. I'm going to count on them today. I mean, I'm counting on them tomorrow as well. They've been playing pretty well as of late, 5-1 last 6. They took 2 of 3 on the road. And Lively's been inconsistent, but he's been good against poor offenses, and he's pitched well against below average teams, but struggled versus good offenses. I think Washington is somewhat below average offensively. If you look at his 5 starts, he's got 4 earned runs, 0 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 0 earned runs, and then 4 earned runs. So if you follow that pattern, he's in for a decent start here. And Washington, I don't really trust a ton. I like them, but in like a bigger dog role, they are one of those teams who I like backing, when they're in the plus 150, plus 170 range. But this price right now, I think, goes well to Cleveland. Lord's not giving you much length. He has been okay in his last 2, but he's under 5 innings pitched in back-to-back starts. But overall, he's been okay. But Cleveland's been playing a little bit better, so I'm going to take the road team with the better pitcher, better bullpen to get it done. So I'll take the 120 with Cleveland.
It's minus 500 that Lonte Googles Blake Lively the first.
I'm going to.
Yeah, just Austin's putting that she's one of the finest women alive. I was trying to underplay it, but yeah, she's all right, Lonte. She's quite nice to look at. I've got a bit of a crossfire here. I quite fancy Washington. I picked up on the trend that you did, 0-4-0-4 earned runs. So he is due a 4. Is Ben Lively. His road record isn't the best, although it's a relatively short sample. 14 2/3, 7 earned runs. Now, I must admit, I haven't seen an awful lot of Brad Lord. Looks kind of vulnerable. Couple of runs through 4 innings pitched every start. But I just had a feeling for Washington this spot. They've got a nice home stand coming up this week, actually. They've scored more runs per game than Cleveland, and the home record is okay.
Yeah.
So really, when there's not too much to split them, I don't mind Washington at home, and the even money, I think, is live. So I'll take Washington behind Brad Lord at even money. Lube Gaming's joined us to handicap some baseball. Lube, welcome along. Nice to have you with us as always. 6:45 Eastern first pitch. Texas Rangers at the Boston Red Sox. Nathan Eovaldi for Texas with Lucas Giolito going for Boston. It is minus 120 for Texas. Even money for Boston. Total sits at 8.5. First point of order here is this happened last week, but I haven't been on the show since. Jake Berger, my mate, got optioned. He sent him down to AAA. Yeah. I think I've got future tickets, like I do every year. I have loads of stupid future tickets on him with 1,000 to want to do everything. Well, he's not going to do it.
Though. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. I'm really, really surprised because he was a big signing for the Rangers, expected to be that big power bat. And he just hasn't. He's been absolute dog shit. So, yeah, he's in AAA for a little while, see if he can figure it out. I'm guessing he'll be back at some point.
Yeah, he will.
My other guy, though, Nathan Eovaldi, has been absolutely great. However, Texas are doing nothing offensively to help him out. 25th in the league in batting average, 28th in OBP, 29th in ribbies, 29th in runs. They're just miles away all over the board, Texas. Really surprisingly. Lucas Giolito had 1 start last week. Game went okay. 6 innings, 3 earned runs at Toronto. I don't really want to take Giolito into account here, but I can't take the Texas offense. So I'm just going to follow Eovaldi. I'm going to place my bet based on what Nathan Eovaldi's been doing. I'm going to take a Boston team total under Lonte.
Yeah, not bad. I like Boston in this spot. A little bit of revenge spot. Texas took 3 of 4 versus Boston a week ago. And keep in mind, all of those games went under. I do like the under as well. Texas, like you said, their offense is just atrocious. I mean, 3-7 the last 10. They've scored 2 runs or less in 8 of their last 10 games. They're pretty shaky against righties. I mean, 229 versus righties, but when they go on the road versus righties, they're 214. Bullpen's shaky the last 10. The ERA is right around 4.7. But I do like Eovaldi. He's been really good. He's providing a lot of length. So to kind of take away from that bullpen. But I think I trust Boston's offense enough. Giolito went well. I mean, he did give up 2 homers. That's kind of concerning. But again, Texas can't hit anything. So I like Boston here. Better offense at home in a little bit of a revenge spot. Boston's been hitting the ball extremely well. I mean, 273 last 10, 5.8 runs per 9. Giolito, 90 pitches. He was he was efficient outside of those 2 home runs, 7 Ks. So I think Texas offense has to show me before I'm able to back them. So I'm going to take Boston at home with the plus money and the better offense.
Yeah, fair enough. See how everything links together. It turns out Blake Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, who owns Wrexham Football Club, who we talk about a lot. We have a big Wrexham fan who comes into the Premier League comments every show. And he comes along and talks Wrexham every week. So yeah, none of this happens by accident, Lonte. It's all very well planned.
It all connects,
isn't it? It all connects. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Earn cashback rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. Deposit $25. EdgeBoost will match that deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet on every sport, including the NBA playoffs, plus props for every game. For the true degens, the MyBookie money bag gives you a random future bet. I love that feature. That is so up my street. It's unbelievable. MyBookie accepts customers from tons of locations. Crypto payouts are really quick. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN, or for a 100% deposit matchup to $1,000. T&C supply. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. And Ellie went full Ron Burgundy and read out the bits that Sean puts in brackets on the ad reads that you're not meant to read out. They're just sort of stage directions. And Ellie read all of that out there, but I didn't. Corrected myself. 7:05 Eastern first pitch is the Philadelphia Phillies at the Tampa Bay Rays. Philadelphia have Zach Wheeler going to the mound for Tampa Bay. It will be Drew Rasmussen. Plus 105, the Rays. Small home dog. The Phillies are minus 125. The total Lonte is 7.5.
Yeah, I kind of like Tampa here. They had a good series win versus the Yankees. They took 2 of 3. They've been a little bit inconsistent, but I like how they've been hitting the ball lately. They're 270 versus righties. They're 280 versus them at home. The bullpen has been elite as of late in their last 10. They got a 1.65 ERA. Rasmussen's been solid. He does not get the best run support. 2 of his last 3 losses, the team did not score, despite him having 1 earned or fewer in 3 of those 5 games. So offense is like that goes back to the inconsistencies. And the reason why, I mean, I'm not really high on Philly. They are 6-9 on the road. They don't really hit the ball well on the road, about 226 on the road. They have won 6 straight versus Tampa. But in this specific spot, although I like Wheeler, I think Rasmussen and the Tampa offense can be a little bit better at home. It's just something about Philly that I just can't trust and put my finger on until they put together a string of wins in consecutive weeks of, good solid play on both sides of the ball. Right now, they just haven't done so. Not saying that Tampa has, but in this specific spot, I like Tampa. I like Rasmussen. I'm going to go with Tampa at home in a good spot.
Yeah, I'm not against that. We can both win our bets, but I'll sort of talk you through it. I did want to mention Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay Rays. We mentioned him when he came up, said that he might not be able to hit much, but he's going to be fun, tons of fun on the bases. Last night, Sunday night, he had 2 infield singles and then scored from second on an infield single by Yandy Diaz as well. So when the ball's in play, he's an absolute flying machine. He has had an infield single, which he hit to first base in AAA this year as well, which is pretty impressive.
That's crazy.
He's rapid. Wheeler's been really steady. 2 in runs in his last 3 starts. Loads of strikeouts. And Rasmussen hasn't been as sharp in his last 2. There's not much to go on in terms of the trends. the over-unders were all conflicting. Philly under 500 on the road, but Tampa Bay under 500 at home. Neither team's putting up a huge sequence. So a little bit like Nathan Uvalde earlier on, I thought Wheeler was the biggest influence in this game. So my bet is going to be a Tampa Bay Rays first 5 under, which in no way rules out your pick here of the Rays. We could be easily sitting at 0-0, 1-1. 0-0? That's a football thing. 0-0, 1-1 through 5 innings before Tampa Bay get it done later on. So that's the way we'll go there. 7:05 Eastern first pitch between the San Diego Padres and the New York Yankees. Michael King goes for San Diego. For the pinstripes, it will be Clark Schmidt. And this is a match on the books. It's -110 each of two, with the total sitting at 8.5. I've just handicapped this really straightforward, Lonte. There's two teams in different form, in two starting pitchers in different form. The Padres are hot again before Monday, 5-game winning streak. Now only half a game back if the Dodgers, after a couple of weeks, the Dodgers were threatening to turn this into a procession, and it looked like it might not be much fun, but the Padres and some other teams are keeping them honest.
Yeah.
The Yankees had lost 2 before Monday's games. King been very good, if not too much length in his starts. But Schmidt's not very stretched out either, but also vulnerable. He's got a 143 whip. He's letting ducks on the pond. The Padres bullpen's been excellent as well. A 179 ERA from the Padres bullpen. So I think King can get them in front. The Padres bullpen can hold them down. I'll take the Padres at -110.
Yeah, I like the Padres as well. I mean, the Yankees, what the Yankees probably need to do is just, pretend like Max Fried's going to start every game and then just pull him off the mound. Let him, throw some and let him, warm up his arm and then just go back to the bullpen and just sit down and watch the game, because they can only play well or a complete game when Max Fried's on the mound. It's so crazy how well they play when he's on the mound versus when everybody else is on the mound. Their offense has been a bit inconsistent, which kind of points to those things. They're under in 7 of their last 10. Outside of if you take away Judge's numbers, this probably would be like one of the bottom 5 offenses in the MLB. I mean, he's basically carrying this offense. They're 500 in the last 10. Speaking of inconsistency, Smith has been inconsistent. He is coming off his best start of the year, but that was against Toronto, who's horrible, and we'll get to them later. San Diego back on the right track. I mean, they won 5 straight. 3 of those were on the road. Not a ton of travel here. I mean, obviously we don't have to worry about it today, but tomorrow, but more about it today. But San Diego's also under in 7 of the last 10. King 1.74 ERA in his last 5. Low hit rate. He's got under 5 hits in 4 straight games. I think he bodes well here. If he can pitch around Judge, I would make the Yankees beat me. I like the first 5 under. I like the full game under, and I like San Diego.
Okay, team ride on that one. Similar handicaps. We move to a 7:15 Eastern first pitch between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves. 2 lefties go head-to-head here in Andrew Abbott for the Cincinnati Reds. For Atlanta, it will be Chris Sale. -213 Atlanta, +185 the Reds. Total Lonte 7.5.
Man, that's a big price for Atlanta. I respect Sale, but he's been better as of late. In his last 2 starts, he had 3 earned combined. In the previous 2 before that, 8 combined. But he has been inefficient in those starts. Like he's not went over 5 innings in his last 5 games. Atlanta's playing well. At home they generally play well. They salvaged a game. The series a little bit, not getting swept by the Dodgers. 6-4 last 10. I don't really hold the Dodgers losses too much against them, because the Dodgers pretty much beat up on them for the past few years. But Cincinnati's playing well, although it was a weak schedule. I like Abbott. His hit rate's down. He's only allowed over 1 run once in 3 starts. He did have 5 walks in his last start, so that's something that he wants to kind of keep up. And the thing with Cincinnati is, I just don't trust their offense to be consistent. They've been better as of late, but again, this is just one of those things where, can they score 4 runs? I think if they score 4 runs, then they'll be in good shape. They got to get to Sale early, though. the price is too big. It's just strictly a numbers play. I don't think the Braves should be 215 at home, despite Sale being better as of late. So I'm going to take the Reds. I'll probably take the 1.5 as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lonte. If you give me a £10 note to pick a team, it's only the Reds you would play at these prices. The sort of official pick is going to be the under here. Andrew Abbott's only bad start so far was at Colorado, which I'm happy to forgive him. Potentially, I think, with Andrew Abbott, he's on the verge of a bit of a breakout. We talked about him a lot on the show. He's been sort of there and thereabouts. He's a pitcher. We always try, a little bit like this game we're handicapping now. We always feel like we want to give him a chance. We know he's got the potential. And he started okay this year. Still not fully stretched out, only 4 or 5 innings you're getting off him so far. Sale's last couple of starts have been better. Atlanta's still not hitting very well. So I think Abbott and Sale can go well. Under 7.5 is fine with me. But the fact we like it to be a low-scoring game, that also brings in the Reds as well. It's a low-variance game. For the underdogs at plus 185. 3-3, win it in extras. That'll do us. We'll take the Reds 4-3 in 10. That's a very specific handicap. That's how confident we are.
I like that. Reds I like that, Mel. I like that.
You happy with that? Yeah.
I like that.
Same game parlay.
They gave me confidence. I liked it.
Write that down. 7:40 Eastern first pitch. The San Francisco Giants at the Chicago Cubs. It is Justin Verlander for the Giants. For the Cubs, it will be Colin Ray. Minus 145. The Cubs. Plus 125. The Giants. Haven't seen a total here. Usual Chicago weather issues at Wrigley. My play here was...
I see 8.5.
Have you got a total? Have you? There you go.
Yeah, I see 8.5. Yeah.
That's quite high. I imagine we got wind blowing out then. Because I quite fancied both of these pitches. My pick here was the Cubs. The prices just put me off a little bit. I didn't think they'd be minus 145 against Verlander in this Giants team. I thought they might be closer to minus 120. Verlander's last 3 in a row have been very good, although the Giants have lost his last 4 starts. Ray's been outstanding in his 4 starts. 146 ERA with a 105 whip, only 4 earned runs in his last 5 appearances. Has had a couple of apps out the pen as well. I like both pitchers. And sort of the thing that split the tie for me here was the simple fact that the Cubs keep winning Ray's starts. Yeah. The Giants keep losing Verlander starts. Sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate it. So yeah, Cubs at minus 145. But just that price has turned me off a little bit. So that was the pick. But I might just slide it further down my betting list because of that minus 145, Lonte.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Cubs. I mean, I love their offense. It travels. They've been hitting the ball really well. They're 4-2 on a road trip in Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. They scored 6+ runs in 4 of those 6 games. I mean, Verlander, he hasn't pitched since April 25th, so he missed 1 start in a rotation, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Ray has missed a start in a rotation as well because he hasn't pitched since 4/25. But again, I'm more favorable to Ray at home with this offense. Verlander's contact rate has been up, like you mentioned, 3 straight losses, and his numbers do look good. But if you look at the opponents he's faced, it's been below average offenses. We just talked about Texas being inept offensively. He faced them and shut them down, and then the Angels, who we'll get to later on. Both of those offenses are in the bottom half of the league. And I think that maybe was keeping. I think maybe that's what's keeping me off of Chicago full time. But I'm just gonna go with the team total over. I like the team total over for Chicago. I think they can get to Verlander with that contact rate being up. So I'm gonna take the team total over. But if I had to make a play, I would play Chicago.
Okay. Let me tell you about Underdog before we move on. Underdog just launched their new ladders game. We love a ladder here at SGPN. Up to 500 times your money watching your favourite players climb the ladder. Use our code MLB SGPN to claim a special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MLB SGPN. And Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Dominate the NBA playoffs and the MLB prop market with Rhythm. Build your own model is simple and easy. Rhythm knows you love it. That's why they include a 7-day free trial. 2 really good deals at the minute with Rhythm. 25% off a monthly subscription with the promo code SGPN25 and 50% off an annual subscription with the promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Next up is a 7:40 Eastern first pitch between the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins. Left-handed pitcher Cade Povich will go for Baltimore. It will be Pablo Lopez for Minnesota, who are -160, Baltimore +140, and the total, Lonte, is 8.5.
Yeah, man, this is one of my stronger plays. I'm going to take Minnesota. I'll lay the 160. I also will lay the 1.5. I just don't trust Baltimore. They're pretty much a fade or pass team for me. Povich, he has been solid this month. Only over 2 runs allowed once in his last 5, but his contact rate is high. He's allowed 6 home runs in his last 4 starts. Offensively, Baltimore has not been good. They're hitting 217 on the road, 227 overall the last 10, 2.8 runs per 9 in that span. Their bullpen ERA is over 5. The starter's ERA is over 5. Their bullpen's ERA is at 6 in their last 10. So, they got all kinds of issues with that pitching rotation. Don't trust the offense. The guys at the top of the lineup are not producing at all. The Minnesota's 2 straight road series, they're back home. They went 3-4 in that span, so not good, not great, not good though. And they typically, the only thing that kept me off of having a monster bet on it is they don't hit lefties well. They hit only 214 versus lefties, but they're hitting 284 in their last 10. Averaging about 5 runs per 9 on nearly 10 hits. And I like Lopez. He's been really good, 2 or less earned in 5 straight. His hit rate has been pretty low. He's got 6 Ks in 3 straight games. I think he can get to Baltimore and go well. I think Minnesota rolls him here. I'm going with a score, man. I'm going to call my shot. Let's go 6-2 Baltimore. Let's go 6-2 Minnesota.
Love it. This was another one I was just slightly put off by the price because I love Minnesota. If I shot around and for a -150, maybe get that unit and a half. Royce Lewis, did you mention Royce Lewis there?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, Royce Lewis is back off the IL Monday night, so remains to be seen how long he's back for. But Minnesota should be a little bit of a different proposition with Royce Lewis in there. I'm still not feeling Cade Povich. Walks too many batters. He's not terrible, but I'm just not inclined to bet him. Again, 149 whip is a little red flag. Pablo Lopez has been good enough in the last few starts. You're absolutely right. Very consistent. The Twins haven't been great, but their home record's all right, 9-6. And look at Baltimore's road record, 5-11. So it's a little bit short, but everything fits for a Minnesota money line here, around about -160. And we've got a nice new added angle to the show tonight. Is that there's some celebrity gossip chat going on in the comments. We started with the Blake Lively, and now we're on to Kate Upton and Justin Verlander. It's turned into an episode of Loose Women, which is a nice new angle for everyone. Very good. You probably no one has got that Loose Women reference except me. It's like a lunchtime, daytime show over here where it's fucking women just gabbing on at each other. It's a horrendous program, but that's quite kind of similar to what's happened in the YouTube comment. It's gone very Loose Women. 7:40 Eastern first pitch between the Chicago White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. Sean Burke for the White Sox and Seth Lugo for the Royals. +190 the White Sox, -222 the Royals, and the total is at 8.5. The White Sox have made it to 10 wins, which is good stuff for them. And 2 of those came in Sean Burke's last 3 starts. There's nothing fluky really about what Burke's done. This feels a little bit like last season when we kept wanting to back Jonathan Cannon. And you got Shane Smith and you got Sean Burke. At 3.65 ERA, 123 whip. It's fine. Lugo is going along just fine as well. 3.07 ERA, 105 whip. He's got some incredible career numbers against the White Sox. 3-0 with a 0.77 ERA. The Royals finding a little bit of form, 8-2 in the last 10. But the White Sox are actually 5-5 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the it's the numbers of both starting pitchers. Again, I was going to just keep it easy. I think both SPs are fine. So that number's too high, by the way. 8.5. You have to factor in the White Sox bullpen, though. So we'll eliminate that. We'll go for a first 5 under. A little bit of a mini pitching duel here between Lugo and Burke, Lonte.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kansas City -1.5. I like what I've been seeing from them. They've won 6 straight versus the White Sox. You mentioned the White Sox success. I mean, they've won 3 of the last 4, 5+ runs scored in 3 of those 4 games. But Kansas City's playing extremely well. You talked about it. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Offense has picked it up. They're averaging 4.9 runs in their 8 wins. And I do like Burke. I like Burke and Smith. He's not been a disaster. And you talked about his numbers, but I don't think he will go well here against Kansas City. I like Lugo. The historical numbers is something that I wanted to point out as well, but you did that for me, so I won't have to go back through it. That's another part of my handicap as well. So I like Kansas City -1.5. I'm going to take Kansas City's team total over as well.
Okay, next up, we will move along to a 7:40 Eastern first pitch between the Houston Astros and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hayden Wesneski for the Astros. For the Brew Crew, it will be Chad Patrick. Tight on the books, -115 the Brewers, -105 the Astros. Total Lonte 7.5.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me. I mean, I didn't really find a ton of value on either side. I mean, I think both pitchers are about the same. Although Patrick has lost 4 straight starts. He's allowed 2 or less in 4 of those 5. So he's not been bad. I mean, they're just not winning games. And generally, Milwaukee plays well at home. They hit the ball pretty good. They're hitting about 247 at home. Houston was trending up, but I mean, we just talked about the White Sox. They lost 2 of 3. They've not been good on the road. 2-4 last 6 on the road. So I'm going to just back the home team here. They do need to fix that bullpen. I mean, if you look at their starters ERA, the last 10 is above 5. The bullpen's ERA is almost 5 on the year in totality. So I think Milwaukee's the better option here. I don't love it, but I would take Milwaukee at home, just generally just because they play better at home. They're in a little bit better form than what Houston was, and I thought Houston was trending up. I know Jordan going out kind of hurt, but you can't lose 2 or 3 to the White Sox. You can't. So I'm gonna take the home team at a small price.
It is quite tricky to back Houston at the moment. There's not an awful lot to recommend him. We had really high hopes for Wesneski this season. And he's pitched well.
Okay. Yeah, he's
backed it up. He's been very consistent. Mm-hmm. He has a whip of a level 1.00. That, again, good indicator there. But Houston are letting him down by being not very good. Patrick, a little bit like Lord earlier on, don't know tons about him. His numbers are absolutely fine too. But the Brewers keep losing all of his games. So picking a side was quite tricky. All the stats, all the numbers pointed to the under here, especially in the first 5. Wesneski is 4-1 to the first 5 under. Patrick is 5-1 to the first 5 under. And both teams overall are trending to the under against right-handed pitching too. So a little bit like Lugo v. Burke, I'm going to take the mini pitching duel. I'll take the first 5 under between the Brewers and the Astros. 7:45 Eastern first pitch between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. Paul Skeens will go for Pittsburgh. It will be Matthew Liberato, left-handed pitcher for the Cardinals, who are +115 home underdogs, with the Pirates at -135 and a total here of 7.5. And I just think, Lonte, you have to keep fading Pittsburgh when Skeens is on the mound.
Yep.
Because the prices are skewed heavily. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh are rubbish. And all the evidence of what we've seen so far in the 7 games tells you that Pittsburgh can't maintain a level of form to make you want to back them repeatedly. So Skeens 7 starts. He's 3-4 for a start. Last time out, -146 against the Cubs. Lost the game. The Cubs were +112. Pitches really well, and I can't remember what they did. Finish 8-3. I think the Cubs beat them. But his losses, -172 against Cleveland, -138 against these Cardinals. The games he has won, where he was -200 against the Nationals, And then plus 188 against the Dodgers. I'd have no problem backing Skeens. We probably did back him. He was outstanding that night at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, shut him down.
Plus 188 backing Skeens is great. But if you consistently back him at minus 140, minus 170, you're just going to end up down. So the other thing to back this up is that Liberatore's been really, really good. That helps. Really good. It's not like he's going against some absolute dog shit pitcher. So even though I don't really care who the oppo is, as it happens, Liberatore makes it quite easy to stick with this system. So I'm just going to take the Cards at plus 115 and see if we can keep chipping away and ending up in the plus column on this trend, Lonte.
Yeah, man, I think you brought that down perfectly. That's a great handicap, and similar to what I like too. I mean, Pittsburgh's just not a good team. I think they were overpriced going into the year. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They got 4 straight losses. All of those were at home. A little bit of revenge that I talked about on yesterday's show. They did take 2 of 3 early in April. 2 of those did go over, so that's something to monitor. And Skeens gave up 5 to St. Louis in 6 innings pitched on 6 hits on his April 8th start. So they've seen him and they performed well against him. Now, if you flip it on the other side, Liberatore has been really good, but he did give up 5 on 8 hits versus Pittsburgh on April 7th. In 6 1/3. But again, better form. St. Louis is one of the elite home teams. They pretty much they try to win. I feel like they win everything at home. They've had 3 straight wins versus the Mets, who are really, really hot coming in. They scored 5+ runs in all of those. I like Liberatore. You're always getting value on Skeens with a team like this. As long as he's not like facing a team, like the Dodgers, like the Braves, or a team like that. I think you're going to find extreme value, especially when he's on the road. So I like St. Louis to get it done. I like the St. Louis team total over as well, which probably wouldn't be as popular. And Skeens' hit rate has been a bit higher than normal, and that's saying something because he's been really sharp. He hasn't looked that sharp this year, but he's been really sharp in his career thus far. So I think I'm going to keep fading Pittsburgh, even with Skeens on the mound. So I'm with you, Mal. I'll take that plus 115 as well.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that trend every 5 days over the next few weeks and see how Skeens pans out. 8:40 Eastern first pitch is the Detroit Tigers at the Colorado Rockies. Jackson Jobe for the Tigers and Chase Dollander for the Rockies. Plus 150 Colorado. The Tigers trade at minus 169 and the total Lonte is 9.5.
Yeah, man, it's pretty easy for me, man. I think this is way too short. Detroit, I mean, anything under 175, I think is a go. Colorado, man, I mean, I don't want to get into how bad they are. You can look at the numbers yourself, but they are atrocious. This is Detroit's 3rd straight road series. They were 4-3 in those 7 games before, but I love Jobe. I love how he's been pitching. He's not allowed over 3 runs in his last 5. Has a low hit rate. He has had some walk issues, but again, I don't really trust Colorado to be patient at the plate. Dollander's not good. 8 home runs in his last 5, 4+ runs allowed in 3 of those 5 games. High hit rate. He did pitch a gem versus Atlanta, 1 allowed run in 5 2/3, which means he's going to probably regress back here against Detroit. So I like Detroit minus that 1.5. You're getting all 9 at bats. I would take him on the money line as well.
Yeah, I've got a very, very similar handicap here. I think what we've ended up putting together here is a little parlay on these teams that are just slightly north of minus 150. The Tigers, the Twins, and then the Cubs, the teams that were maybe 10 or 20 points.
I like that.
Yeah, we get those in a little parlay, a little round robin. Jackson Jobe had his worst start last time out, 3 earned against Houston. But Detroit always win for him, which is good. They average over 6 runs per game in his starts. Walks a few too many if you're looking for a little player prop, especially here in Coors Field. We're not sure how that'll pan out. Dollander did make fools of us. I don't know if it was me and you or me and D-Rock or Scott last week, but whoever it was, he made fools of us by pitching that gem against Atlanta. The problem is he's only had 1 home start so far, and Washington lit him up for 6 earned runs in a game that finished 12-11. So I've got no problem with Detroit being able to get to him. It's a Detroit team total. That total 9.5 is low. So yeah, 5 runs for the Tigers. Yeah, over the moon with that. We'll get involved in the Tigers team total. Next up, 9:38 Eastern between the Toronto Blue Jays and the LA Angels. This is the one game I've got off the board. I don't know if you've seen much on this. The Blue Jays have no pitcher listed, Yeah, haven't had all day. Have you got any speculation on this pitcher, Lonte?
No, I really don't. I see just Anderson for the Angels. I don't see anything else outside of that.
No. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's exactly what I had as well, mate. Left-handed pitcher Tyler Anderson for the Angels. No lines on this at all. Anderson is one of the very, very few bright spots on this struggling Angels side at the moment. They've got the second worst run differential in the league behind the Rockies. Even another decent start by Anderson last time couldn't save them. But the Blue Jays, you mentioned them earlier on. You said you'd get to them. They're really quite bad. They don't score any runs. They're poor on the road. They're going to give the Angels a chance here. Their daughter's just come in and is doing a really incredible dance in front of me. Go away, you fool. They're going to give the Angels a chance, but I think in the first five, the Angels' bullpen ERA is 6.6. I think me and you could hold down the 6.5, Lonte. 6.6 for the Angels' pen. So I've got the Angels' first five written down, but it was pure speculation because I don't know who's throwing for Toronto, although I don't know who they've got to throw that would make me change my mind. So I wouldn't rule the Angels out, only because the Blue Jays are bang average. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, I like Anderson. I don't trust the bullpen for the Angels. This one, I mean, I didn't want to back either team, to be honest with you, but I would look at the Angels' first five and under, just not trusting both offenses. So that's pretty much all I have for this one. I didn't have a ton.
Yeah, fair enough. Better stuff for us to pick. For example, a 9:40 Eastern first pitch between the New York Mets and the Arizona Diamondbacks. It will be left-handed pitcher David Peterson for the Mets. Zach Gallen goes for the Snakes. Another tight one on the books. -115 Arizona, -105 the Mets. Lonte, the total is 8.5.
Yeah, I like the Mets here, man. I like the Mets. Arizona's been a little bit too inconsistent for my liking. I know the Mets, they've struggled a bit as of late, mostly on the road. They are 1-5 in their last 6. 4 of those happen to be on the road. But I trust Peterson a little bit more than I trust Gallen. I mean, Gallen's been inconsistent, similar to what Arizona has been. I know Arizona took 2 of 3, if I'm not mistaken, from the Mets about a week ago. But, I mean, Gallen's I'll just read off you his last 5. 5 earned, 2 earned, 6 earned, 3 earned, and then 1 earned. So, I mean, just not consistent at all. Peterson's been really good. He's not allowed over 3 runs in his last 5 starts. His hit rate has been a little bit high. He's at 7+ in 3 of his last 4, so he will need to keep that down. But Arizona offensively has been hit or miss. So I'm going to trust a more consistent team, the more consistent pitcher. I'll take Peterson on the road with the Mets at a short price.
Okay, well, I've gone the opposite way on the money line, unfortunately, Lonte.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Peterson has been very good in his last 2. Against 2 good offenses as well in Philly and, crucially, Arizona. You see Arizona again here. Has only had 2 road starts, so we'll have to see how the combo of being on the road and seeing Arizona again affects him, how Arizona adjusts to him. Zach Gallen obviously saw the Mets last time out as well. They couldn't work him out. This is a little bit eye test for me because I watched that game and you've said Gallen was inconsistent, but he was very good. And he did just look like he was starting to figure it out for this season. Neither team's in top form. The Mets haven't come into May as hot as they finished April. But yeah, the tiebreaker in a game that really is a match on the books was how impressed I was with Gallen last time at Citi Field. So we'll see how he goes here. But I would bet them the Diamondbacks at -115. Final game on the card is a 10:05 Eastern first pitch between the Seattle Mariners and the Athletics. Emerson Hancock for Seattle, left-handed pitcher Jeffrey Springs. For the A's, -115, the Athletics, -105, the Mariners. Total is 9.5. Hancock is holding it together in his second spell back up in the majors. Just holding it together, though, I would say. Always feels like a blow-up is kind of nearby on the horizon. You get that feeling as well. It's like he's on shaky ground. 175 whip. Someone sitting to go and slam out off Hancock. But Springs is struggling, or he was struggling, was better last time out. I need to see it again before I bet him. Does have a career 2.19 ERA against the Mariners. Everything is green to the over here. I said I wasn't going to be frightened of these 9.5s. The teams are over. The SPs are over. The bullpens are over. This is runs ahoy. I like the over at 9.5, but I'd also like another way of playing it. Might be the A's team total because Hancock is on thin ice, I reckon. So yeah, runs for me in one of either two ways, Lonte.
Yeah, man, I like the over. I actually love the over. I played it yesterday for today's game, and I'm going to play it again. I mean, Seattle's been amazing offensively. The A's have been really good offensively as well. They've been really good overall as well. And I wanted to take them in the spot. I wanted them to be dogs, but I don't really trust Springs. He's not been good. He's got a high hit rate. He's got walk issues. On the other side, you mentioned with Hancock, his hit rate has fluctuated. He's not a big strikeout guy either for the most part. So that's kind of concerning with the way the A's have been hitting the ball. Seattle split a 4-game set with these guys back in late March. The A's outscored them 14-8 in that game, in that series, though. But yeah, I trust both offenses to get things done. I think we see a ton of runs. I mean, Seattle's hitting almost 300 in the last 10. The A's are hitting right around 260, 4.1 runs per 9 on almost 9 hits in their last 10. So I think we see some offense. Both pitchers are prone to be blown up. So I think we can see like a 7-6 type of game, maybe even a team get to double digits.
Okay, like that. 15 games in the book, Lonte. Very well done. Last week, I believe you allowed me to go first and steal the good dog. So I will step aside here and I'll let you lead us off this time with the lock and dog.
Yeah, so let's go. Let me just make sure I got the right prices here. Yeah, for my lock, I'm going to go with San Diego on the road with Michael King. I mean, minus 110, so it's pretty fair. I really don't trust the Yankees to be consistent offensively. Smith's been okay, but I think the Padres offense will be able to get to him. If you get no production from Judge, I don't know how this team scores. So I'll take San Diego and Michael King on the road, minus 110. They've won 5 in a row. I think they make it, well, if they win tonight, then they'll make it 6. But yeah, they won 5 in a row. So I think they'll continue that win streak as long as they win tonight. And as for the dog, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Twins, minus 1.5, plus 130. We talked about the price being a little bit above what we wanted to lay, but I think they can get to Povich. I like the way they have played as of late. I think the offense wakes up. I think they're getting Castro back as well. Somebody in the chat mentioned. So I'm going to take the minus 1.5. I think they explode offensively against Baltimore.
Okay. My lock was going to be the Detroit team total, which I'm guessing is 5, maybe. You might have to take 5.5. You find a 5 somewhere. They can get to Dollander, who hopefully that last, well, not hopefully for him, but hopefully for us, the last gem he threw was an outlier and maybe slightly more vulnerable back in Coors Field. Here, Detroit are always a fun offense to root for. My dog, Cardinals, is a short dog and the system we like taking on schemes. I think you have to have a go on the Reds, don't you? A plus 185.
Yeah,
low scoring game. Abba can go well. Sale can go well. It's just far too big a price, far too big a price to ignore. So I'll take the Reds at plus 185. And who, Lonte, is going to hit one out for us tomorrow?
Ty France, man. I think Ty France is going to get it done for Cleveland. For Minnesota, I'm sorry. He's been like up and down. I think he had a hit streak of like 6 games, and now he's been hit. I think he's 0 of his last, 12? So I think he wakes up. We talked about Povich being pretty much a pitcher that could blow up at any time, although he's pitched well as of late. I like the Twins to get it done behind a big offensive explosion. I think Ty France is going to hit one long tomorrow.
I could possibly shed some light on the Ty France situation. I picked him up on waivers on Friday, which has instantly stopped him hitting the ball in the bat. Sorry, Ty and Ty's family. That's on me. But maybe, hopefully, Lonte, you can get him out of that slump. I'm going to fade my mate Emerson Hancock here. We think he's on shaky ground. I've done this a few times I always get the wrong Athletic. I got Tyler Soderstrom on the wrong day earlier in the season. I'm going to have a pop at JJ Bleday is the answer.
Yeah, I like
Yes, centre field. He'd be a nice price. JJ Bleday can get one for the A's off Emerson Hancock. Tomorrow, Lonte, that was good. I feel confident. The Monday confidence with our show is back. Have you got anything you want to tell the people before we let them go?
I don't, man. I'm hoping that we can carry over. I got back-to-back days, so I'm hoping we can carry over the wins from today to tomorrow's show. So yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling confident. Handicap was great. You convinced me on some stuff, so I like the way we're at.
Cool, love it. Thank you very much. Thanks everyone who joined us live. If you haven't got in the YouTube yet, come and join us. It's good fun. We've got a new little studio thing going, and over the next few days and weeks, we're going to zhuzh it up a little bit. The Premier League show today was a production values were off the charts. So come and join us in the comments and get involved with making the picks as well. But yeah, we appreciate everyone who did join us. Good luck with all your picks. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Until then, we will see you all down the road. Cheers.